night, and I am kind of just hanging around the house, watching some football, doing laundry tonight, having a lazy night. So I thought I'd have a little breakfast for dinner. So I'm going to cook just some scrambled eggs and a grilled cheese. I mentioned earlier that I could fuck up a grilled cheese, but I can also cook one. So I'm going to do that. And so I've pretty much got everything laid out and ready. Got a couple of pieces of bread. I've got some potato bread on hand. I just buttered it. I kind of warmed up the bread for a little while to kind of warm up the butter, and just spread it on there. I've got a couple of slices of cheese, and I've got a block of cheese as well that I'm going to grate to put kind of in between my slices, see what that turns out like, and then also to put some on my eggs. I've also got some herbs and spices to put on my eggs to try and doctor them up a little bit, see how that goes. And I've got a little bit of butter for my pan for my eggs. So I'm going to start with the grilled cheese here. So I've got pretty much everything ready except for the cheese. This is about to break off the block here, so I'm going to go ahead and shred it a little bit here, just onto my cutting board. So here we go. This will be fun to watch. I tried doing this with my zester, which my coworker had given me, but it made the cheese a little too fine. This is like some medium cheddar. It's kind of soft, and it just made it really sticky and it all clumped together, and that kind of sucked. But the zester rules. But this one makes a little bit bigger chunks of cheese. This is more of like a box grater, I guess. So yeah, I'm just going to do this and kind of get this block grated down here. Shouldn't take too much longer. You watch my fingers so I don't get them in there. Got a bowl for my cheese here. I'm going to kind of load this up. Got a good bit. I'm going to go ahead and just finish off this little wedge. What am I doing? Alright. So, this is about to break off, so we'll get this going here. And this is just for me, so I've got just this one grilled cheese, and then I've got 3 eggs for scrambling, because this is pretty much all I'm eating, so it'll be a pretty good dinner. I tried doing some scrambled eggs with just salt and pepper, and I added a little oregano. I think I added a little bit too much. It kind of overpowered the eggs. And I think it needs a little bit of spice. So I'm going to try and add, in addition to oregano, but not quite as much oregano, I'm going to add a little bit of crushed red pepper flakes. So I'm almost done here. Sorry this is taking so long. I didn't think it would take quite this long. But the grater is making pretty short work of this. Okay, so that's a whole lot of cheese there. I'm going to toss that in my bowl. And I'm pretty much done with my grater, so I'm going to toss that in my water. And I'm going to just wipe off my cutting board here into the sink. There we go. I'm going to rinse off the sink real quick. Hang on. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, so I've got my cheese ready. I'm going to go ahead and get my stove going. So I'm going to use this skillet for my grilled cheese. I'm going to get it going on a 6. That should be good. About a 6. Out of low through high. Low being a 1, I guess, and high is a 10. And there's 2 through 9. Yeah, so I've got my bread. I'm going to get it just going on my plate here and get my slices going. So I've just got my potato bread, a couple of slices of cheddar with my butter on the other side, And then I'm going to go ahead and put some of the cheddar that I grated up here in the middle. Let's see how this turns out. I tried it with just the grated, and it was good, but it wasn't quite cheesy enough. You kind of, on a grilled cheese, you want it to be really, really cheesy. So I think with the slices on the kind of the outside towards the bread, and then the shredded in the middle, this is going to be really good. Let's save some cheese for my eggs, but I don't need that many because I've got a grilled cheese right here, so it's pretty much sufficient. Alright, so I'm going to just wait for my skillet to heat up here. It should take about a couple minutes, and once it's good and hot, we'll go ahead and toss the grilled cheese in there, and then we'll let that go. And once it's finished, then I'll go ahead and leave the heat on, take the other skillet, put the butter that I have remaining in there, and let the butter kind of heat up and coat the pan and melt down, and then we'll toss the eggs in there, which I will probably fix while the grilled cheese is cooking. So right now we're just kind of waiting on the skillet. I turned off the music this time. It was a little overpowering on my one and only video. I guess there's four, split into 4 parts. I didn't expect it to turn that into that long, so I apologize. This one should be pretty quick. I'll go ahead, while we're waiting on the skillet, I'll go ahead and put up my cheese here. I just cut myself off in mid-sentence. Sometimes you got to take charge of a conversation. Alright, so I've got my cheddar back in the fridge. The only thing I don't have out is my milk, which I'll pull out for our eggs. The recipes that I've had for scrambled eggs have called for a dash of milk, a little under a tablespoon per egg. Although I read online that some people said don't use milk, that it's really bad and they'd really curse your name or something. I don't know. But I'm going to use it. It seems good. It makes the eggs pretty creamy. Not creamy, but kind of fluffy. And I like milk, so it works out. But I'm going to leave it in the fridge to stay cold until we're ready to mix it up in the eggs here. So I'm just kind of putting my hand over the skillet just to see, where we're at on the heat. I don't want to put it on there and the sandwich kind of just sits around for a little while while it continues to heat up. I'm going to put my sandwich together here on my plate, which you can't see off camera. Making a little bit of a mess, but we'll get that cleaned up once this is all over. The good stuff is consumed. Got just a little spatula for manipulating my sandwich there. We're just about there on the skillet. It's getting pretty good and hot. I like to get it where it kind of has just a nice sizzle. That was just kind of a little nose scratch, by the way, for those worried about sanitary conditions in the kitchen. Although again, this is just for me, so this is pretty much what I can stand. And I'm okay with that nose scratch, but whatever. Yeah, we want to kind of get the sandwich in there where it gets a nice sizzle going on the butter and the toast or the bread, and so it starts cooking the cheese, hopefully melting the cheese there. Alright, so it feels pretty good and warm, so I'm going to go ahead and toss my grilled cheese on here and see how this goes. Try and not make too much of a mess in the transfer. Alright, so we've got a little bit of sizzle going on there, which is good. I don't want too much because I don't want to cook it just like instantly here. So I'm going to kind of just press it down just a tad. And just kind of move it around a little bit, make sure the heat's hitting everywhere. Alright, that looks good.